Welcome back to Boys and Balls Sports Podcast. Your host Cam Pettit. Your other co-host cannot be here, Brian Hodges. He's in the Caribbeans on vacation. As y'all can see, we got a setup. We're at my apartment instead of Brian's place. So it is what it is. He's on vacation, and we're gonna let him live it up. He tried to call yesterday to do the football episode that should be out already, but things happen. In this one, we are gonna go over our fantasy breakdown, and I'll give you his thoughts. He already told me what he wants to talk about. So we'll start with him. This should be a shorter episode than usual because we're not, talking amongst each other. But, his team absolutely shit the bed. It started Thursday night when he had Carson Wentz score 4 points. And you can see on the screen he scored 61 points. You're not going to win. So Aaron Jones flopped, got him 7. Nick Chubb got him 8. Mike Will got him 5. Corey Davis, who had to pick up because of all the injuries, got him 7. Tyler Higbee got him 1. Melvin Gordon got him .8. Defense got him -4, and his kicker got him 6. Besides Michael Pittman, his highest scorer player was 8 points. Yeah, he's going to lose. So on the flip side, he was playing his dad. His dad didn't even do anything either. I mean, he scored 104. You don't expect to win with 104, but Brian's team absolutely shit the bed. So, it is what it is, and we'll go into my matchup. I said last week I felt pretty decent about this. I was only scared about Stephon Diggs, and he's really the only dude who really performed. He dropped 30 points, I believe. Yeah, he dropped 30.8. Dalvin Cook had a decent fantasy week, but he busted off a 53-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter late. That really boosted him, but he had Jeff Wilson who fumbled, got him .5. DJ Moore with no quarterback, or got him 3.7. And A.J. Brown had a good game. Adam Thielen had a good game, but Geno only scored 12 points. You were expecting him to score 19 off the waivers, but I ended up winning by 13. I felt pretty good. I was up 9 with Herbert and Sutton left, and he had Gerald Everett. And, Herbert didn't do anything. He didn't throw a touchdown. He didn't do anything. He threw for 200-something yards and threw a pick. But I didn't need him. Sutton, I didn't really need him to do anything either. I just needed Gerald Everett not to have a massive week, and that happened. C-Mac got me my 22. Saquon could have had another touchdown, but fell down at the 2. Terry, it's frustrating watching him play. Gabe Davis got me a deep touchdown. I had to pick up Dawson Knox because Pat was concussed, and he scored a touchdown. So that was good. And then Ramondre, who I had in my top 3 last week, his top 3 fantasy back. So that's all I can ask for. And before we get into our matchup previews, I did make a trade with Cruz. Here it is on the screen. I gave him Saquon and Brian Robinson for Cooper Kupp and Devonta Smith. So I get 2 receivers, which I'm dying at, and I have good depth at running back. I gave up Saquon, but I still have C-Mac, and I have Kenneth Walker on the bench, and I have Ramondre Stevenson. So I feel pretty confident with at least Kenneth Walker for the rest of the season, and Ramondre for at least 3-4 weeks. And who knows, maybe he just takes over and gets 65-70% of the work in New England and gets the goal line carries. Because he's going to get passing down work, and it's really just if he eats into Damian Harris's early down work. And if he does that, then I'm comfortable starting him every week with Kenneth Walker and C-Mac as my other 2 running backs. But, yep, that was the trade, and we can look at a little matchup. We had Cruz beat James by 0.4 points. Wow. A lot of close ones. Brian lost by 1. James loses by 0.4. I lost by 0.02. It really came down to that Sunday night game. James had Jalen Hurts and CeeDee Lamb going, and you expected him to win the game easily, but, Jalen Hurts threw 1 touchdown, and if he had, 3 more rushing yards, CeeDee had 1 more catch or something like that, James would have won. But, Cruz squeaked out an arrow 1, and it was really fun texting them fucking boys. Moving on to our Week 7 matchups. Brian has a tough one. He plays James, which it's tough. He has Jalen Hurts on a bye, so Brian does have that going for him, so he'll have to pick up a quarterback. But outside of that, he has Joe Mixon, who can score 2 touchdowns at any point. He's playing Atlanta. They might want to run the ball heavily. He's got Clyde, who, as we saw at the beginning of the year, could score 2 random touchdowns anytime. Chris Godwin is back. He's throwing Brandon Ayuk in the lineup. And Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's on a bye, so Brian's getting lucky with his buys. So yeah, Brandon Ayuk's in the lineup. CeeDee Lamb getting Dak back should be good. He's got Travis Kelce, Christian Kirk, Saints defense going against the Cardinals on Thursday, which might not be great. And then you got Harrison Buckner. So Brian's team, he's got Jared Goff back into the lineup coming off the bye. He's got Jared Goff and Amon-Ra Stack. Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, just as last week. His other receivers, he's got D-Hop coming back from suspension playing Thursday, and Michael Pittman, who just absolutely balled out. His Tyler Higbee, his tight end, is on a bye, so he has Hayden Hurst, who's been a solid tight end option, so that's nothing crazy. And then he's got King Henry down there in the flex, just balling out for him. So that's his matchup. And looking at the matchup, I'm probably going to side with Brian. If both of these teams were, fully healthy and fully off buys, I would probably take James's team with Jalen Hurts and Justin Jefferson. But since those two are on buys, I'm taking Brian's team to win the game. Looking at my matchup, I'm taking on Colby, who just had a big week. Seems pretty good. He's got Kyler Murray, who we could play Joey B. And then he has a lot of buys at running back. He has Devin Singletary, Miles Sanders, Cam Akers on long buy. So he'll throw David Montgomery into his running back, pick up another one, probably replace Jerry Jeudy with Michael Gallup, throw Tay into the flex, and then replace Gesicki with Darren Waller, and his team looks a whole hell of a lot better. So I'm really scared because I think I have a better quarterback. I have better running backs. Tight ends are probably about even. I have a better defense. Kicker's about even. But what it really comes down to is the goddamn receivers he has. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Michael Gallup, and Devontae Adams. So last time Devontae Adams played them, the Texans, he had 13 for 196 and 2. So if he does that, I lose the week. But, yep, that's basically the anticipation for Week 7. We are both 2-4 now. I will throw the standings on the screen so that way everybody gets a good idea. It's really a top 3 race. Everybody outside of that is 3-3 or lower. So we have Cruz, who's 5-1. We have James, who's 4-2. And then we have Braden, who's 6-0. Here are the standings on the screen. But, yeah, so, it is what it is. I am in 6th place at the moment. But I have scored the 4th most points in the league with 773. But I have allowed 818 points, which is second behind Jalen. So I am the 4th highest scorer. But every time people play me and Jalen, they just go crazy. So it is what it is. I'm 2-4. I look like I could make a push. If James loses this week to Brian and I win, he's 4-3, I'm 3-4, and things are up. I'm looking pretty good to make a late run playoff push, but it's tough. Me and Brian both 2-4. We're gonna need something miraculous to happen to swing our way for us to end up making the playoffs. But once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. So it's all about just getting there. So that's basically the episode. We went through our previous matchup, our Week 7 matchup, our standings. We didn't do a little bit of a this or that or our top 3 because that's really only fun when Brian's here. We can talk about it, collaborate and kind of go at each other. So we didn't really do any of that. Stay tuned. We have a basketball episode. This should be number 3 of 4. The basketball episode should be coming out after this. So this one should be coming out Thursday, and we have our basketball one scheduled for Friday or Saturday. So y'all stay tuned for that. Appreciate y'all. Peace.